All right, so this Saturday there's another heavyweight fight that's going under the radar. Um, I'm not super excited for it, but I am a big fan of heavyweight uh, combat sports in general, whether it's MMA, whether it's boxing, because you're having the best, most genetically fit humans on the planet fighting against each other. You want to see who's going to be the biggest and baddest of them all. But anyways, Vitor Petrino versus Austen Lane. Let's start with Petrino. He's 11-2. His two losses were at light heavyweight, so he decides to move up. I don't know why. Like, if you lose to Anthony Smith and you get knocked out by Dustin Jacoby, what makes you think you're going to have success at heavyweight? I guess his thinking is like, okay, well, I'm in decent shape, and he is. He's ripped, he's got a good body. I'm going to beat up some of these plotty, fat heavyweights and have some success there. Those guys can still knock you out. A Mick Parkin can still knock you out. You know, a Martin Boudet can still knock you out. So yeah, I don't know what he's really thinking, but he's 27, so he's still young. He can make these early decisions early in his career, unlike, some other fighters. He's 6'2", so he's not going to be super big and imposing compared to other guys in the division. They're like 6'4", 6'5", 78-inch arm reach, not the best. But he is going to be fighting Austen Lane. I can't think of a worse heavyweight currently on the roster than Austen Lane. Can you? I can't. Write in the comments if you can think of one. He's 37, Austen is, so this is probably going to be his last fight if he loses, which I think he will. I am going to pick Vitor Petrino to win this fight. He is 6'6", so he is big with an 80-inch arm reach. But what good is that when you get knocked out by fucking 6-foot Justin Taffa? What good is being 6'6" if you get knocked out by Samoans in 2024, which have completely fell off, by the way. Samoans are not, they don't make them like they used to. So yeah, Petrino, he had a good run up at light heavyweight when he started out. He knocked out some guy. He knocked out Modestas Bukauskas. People forget, man. He had a good run up, and then he runs into Lionheart, which should have been an easy win for him. That should have been a layup for him to get him higher up in the rankings, but he tries to go for the takedown. He gets caught in a guillotine. It was embarrassing. I remember watching that fight. Completely embarrassing. And then I remember watching the Dustin Jacoby fight. He got knocked out literally identical to the Usman versus Masvidal 2 knockout. Like, you can play them next to each other, and it was literally the exact same knockout. But I think he will knock out Austen Lane, because Austen Lane gets knocked out by everybody. He gets knocked out by Denise. He got knocked out by Greg Hardy back in the Contender Series. I remember watching that when I was little. And then he recently got knocked out by Mario Pinto, and that was his first fight. Speaking of Mario Pinto, we need to see him again. He's kind of inactive for someone of his age, and for someone early on in his career, we need to see Mario Pinto again. But yeah, he's 37, he's old. They're going to cut him, after this fight for sure. I thought they were going to cut Austen Lane after the Pinto knockout, because that was such a brutal knockout, but I guess they wanted to use him as a sacrificial lamb for someone else, and I think Petrino's going to get it done. He's like a big favorite too. So we'll find out. But I've got Vitor Petrino for this one, all right? Peace out.